The Tokeo Pay wallet is here to shake up the mobile wallet space, not only within Cardano, but also within the Bitcoin ecosystem. As a multi-chain wallet, it'll allow for you to send and receive assets, review your NFTs, as well as create invoices directly from within the mobile app. Now, in addition, they'll be integrating Dex Hunter, one of the biggest DEX aggregators here within the Cardano ecosystem, as well as tap tools to allow for you to get awesome visualizations on the go or on the fly whenever you need it. Last but not least, they will be including Fiat on and off ramps in partnership with Coinbase Pay to simplify the onboarding and the offboarding of your Cardano native assets directly into your bank accounts. As a part of today's video, I'm sitting down with Guido and Magic Flow in order to talk about their recent progress and their vision and aspiration when it comes to the Tokeo Pay wallet. As always, if you guys enjoy interviews like this, I would appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more, consider subscribing. And last but not least, if you have any questions, then leave a comment down below. That said, enjoy today's update. What's up, Ada Nation? Welcome to Dapp Central, your home for everything blockchain and crypto. I'm your host, Fareed. As a part of today's sit down, I'm going to be joined by Magic Flow and Guido, two of the founding members of the Tokeo wallet, brand new wallet, bringing Cardano to the masses. Now we're going to be talking about all the features that this brand new wallet has to provide. There's also a brand new partnership with Xerberus that I want to dive into. And then last but not least, there's a brand new ISPO for the Tokeo token. Without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring up today's guest. We've got Guido first. Good morning, or I should say good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, Fareed. How are you? Great to chat as always.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine. You guys have come on my radar, and we actually talked not too long ago a little bit about DropSpot, but this appears to be a brand new endeavor, and I'm excited to talk a little bit more about Tokeo. Next, we've got Magic Flow. Welcome aboard, mate. How are you?
G'day, Fahid. Thanks so much for having us here. How are you?
I'm good. It's a pleasure. I'm actually just about to wrap up here. So this is my last interview for the day. Let's go and sort of just dive straight into Tokeo, right? So obviously, again, you guys have joined me here to talk about DropSpot, a NFT marketplace, but there's a new endeavor in Tokeo. Now, before we go any further, I want to give the both of you guys a brief opportunity to just quickly introduce yourselves and then give us a little bit about your background and how you came into the space and what other contributions you guys have made so far into the crypto ecosystem. So I think we'll let Guido go first, and then Magic will come straight over to you.
Yeah, hi, thanks, Fred. Yeah, look, I came into the ecosystem at the end of 2021. Building DropSpot. It was a very different time. We saw a very different environment. Certainly NFT trading was pretty hot at the time, and we rolled out DropSpot, which was a really great piece of technology. But as the ecosystem changed and as times changed, we looked to go broader, and we started developing Tokeo. Tokeo was really a journey about creating a great mobile wallet experience. We feel like we've got to a really good place with that.
Solid. I appreciate the quick intro. Magic Flow, over to you.
Look, I'll try and keep it quick as well. But look, we've been working within this space for over 3 years. I was introduced into Cardano early 2017, and I've been a passionate supporter and believer in the ecosystem of blockchain for the entire time. We were lucky enough to start developing on-chain for over 3 years now. As I said, how can I say, we've seen the evolution all the way through the hard forks from early Mary, where NFTs were introduced, into Alonzo as smart contracts were introduced, and we've also been developing across the multiple iterations of Plutus with respect to smart contracts. By way of personal background, I've got a 20-year experience or career in corporate IT, where we ran a large consulting company implementing back office software for corporate clients. A lot of that meant that we did our technology within highly secure environments, highly integrated environments. And a lot of that has led or helped us get a broader understanding of Cardano in general, the architecture required, and enabled us to innovate in this space. So, yeah, look, it's an absolute privilege to be developing here, and yeah, we're here to make a difference.
Solid. I appreciate that there as well. You talked about security. I know that's been one of the biggest things that you guys have kept in mind with something like Tokeo, and I want to dive a little bit deeper into that. So, for anybody who hasn't heard of Tokyo, the gentleman just mentioned a brand new wallet here for the Cardano ecosystem. I'll leave the official link to their website down below. It's available at tokyopay.io. Now, I want to pitch this to either one of you guys here. Can you guys just give us a brief overview of all of the current feature sets or all the different features currently available within the Tokyo Pay wallet?
Yeah, thanks, Fred. So, yeah, look, Tokyo, we really looked at what the trading experience was on Cardano and crypto in general. And, what we came to is that often you need to have multiple, screens open, or, you need to be carrying your desktop with you so that you can have something like tap tools open, and also have, your general trading marketplaces like JPEG Store and the like. We really tried to, with Tokyo, create an environment where you could do everything from your mobile, meaning that in terms of whether it was a native swap, whether it was NFT trading, whether it was sending someone an on-chain invoice, we really try to keep the environment so that you didn't have to leave your mobile, and it enabled you to trade while you were trading. Magic, do you want to chuck in some features?
Yeah, 100%. And I'd just like to add to that as well, Guido, with respect to the wallet design and the experience that we've implemented here. And it is in beta. The broader audience will be able to interact and use this app extremely soon. But from a philosophy point of view, we really wanted to ensure that onboarding and new users to the ecosystem and to Cardano in general have a place which makes sense to them, which feels safe, which is easy to use, and actually surfaces a lot of the applications and functionality and features from our ecosystem via a unified interface, which is Tokyo, that mobile experience. So the idea is to make it extremely simple. Some of the features that we've implemented range from your basic wallet, send and receive. It's multi-token. Everything that we've implemented, we've tried to do better than what exists, better and more seamless, faster, more secure, more robust. So when we talk about send and receive, we've got the basic features there, but they're enhanced. We've utilized the multi-token send design pattern, which is the ability to send not only ADA, but if you want to send SNEC or Hunt or any of the other tokens within the system, we've made that super simple. We're tracking live prices across all of the fungible tokens in real time every minute. So as Guido had mentioned earlier, there is no need to open up multiple applications, but we are surfacing data from our partners in tap tools. And that's just great. So without a partner or a data feed like that, we wouldn't be able to provide or create that experience. So we've got standard decentralized swaps. We've got NFT marketplace features. You can consume offers across the multiple marketplaces that exist. So in the back end of Tokyo, we've implemented a liquidity aggregator, which looks at all of the collections and the collection offers, and we'll lift those up for consumption. You can also create on-chain payments. So another thing that we're trying to do in Tokyo is really utilize the blockchain as that decentralized ledger that it is and drive payments on-chain. So from the Tokyo wallet, we have a lot of staff that work for Tokyo that invoice in ADA, for example, and that's a real pain in the ass to process, right? From an accounting point of view, but also from a record keeping point of view. So having a centralized place for our developers and builders within the ecosystem to actually invoice and track their work via ADA is a huge thing. And also we've got the standard Dapp browser functionality. We've implemented a multi-tab Dapp browser, which allows you to interact with the many dApps on Cardano, but in a nicer way as well. So that's probably the better feature overview. And there's a whole lot more there as well that I've probably missed, but you've seen it, Fahid, through the beta program, and yeah, the rest of the world will see it very shortly as well.
Yeah, I want to thank the both of you guys. I think there's also a third team member that isn't present here today, but that's been contributing. And so thanks for the opportunity to be able to sort of get early access to this. I'm going to be releasing a fully dedicated video breaking down, number one, how to import or create a brand new wallet, but then dive into all the features that the both of you guys have just outlined. Everything from sending, receiving, staking, reviewing NFTs, taking a look at charts. And I think that's really actually one of the biggest things for me there is to be able to do this all on the fly. So Tap Tools needs no introduction here. probably 99% of the community uses it, and to see it directly integrated into a wallet, I think is a really awesome feature, especially on the go, right? I remember there was a time period where there was sort of a meme token hype, right? This was about a year ago in Cardano, and I remember being on travel and I couldn't participate in a lot of these mints. And I recall just asking myself, man, when are we going to have the ability to do this all from mobile? And it sounds like with Tokeo, the time is finally here. So again, congrats to you guys, and congrats on the hard work that's finally coming out to the mainstream public here.
Awesome.
Now, I've got a couple of quick questions. You guys have talked about swaps. Are you guys partnering with any other aggregator in the ecosystem in order to make sure that, the best routes, but then also the best prices are given back over to users?
Yeah, well, look, we integrate Dex Hunter at the moment. We do have the ability to integrate, any decentralized exchange, but Dex Hunter has done such an amazing job for the ecosystem, and has a really concise feed. So we do that. We take feeds from Tap Tools. We take feeds from Maestro as well. So really, it's about us, as Magic said, consuming data that's available and presenting it in a really great way to users via mobile. We almost see ourselves as, I suppose, like a display case for products that are within the ecosystem. So yeah, Dex Hunter is definitely a great partner.
Solid. There's actually a couple of other things I want to jump into in terms of partnerships. One being more recent with Xerberus. So I think this is a good sort of segue into security. And I know Magic, you sort of handled this before, so feel free to jump in here. But do you guys mind highlighting why Xerberus as my first question? And then as a follow-up, could you maybe break down some of the open source pieces of the Tokeo wallet and how you guys plan on managing that moving forward?
Yeah, no problem. So why Xerberus? Look, number one, we're big fans of the project. They're a mature project, and they really know what they're doing with respect to, I guess the risk ratings and the analysis that they're doing across the fungible markets. Look, I'm not across the specific detail, the mechanisms they're using precisely to generate their ratings, but overall, integrating a trusted rating agency that will end up having on-chain oracles, right? So we've had a great chat with the doctor on a number of occasions where I've been really blown away by what's happening with that project. So not only are they a risk ratings agency, but as these, I guess, as these metrics are fed on-chain via the oracle systems, we're going to see these risk ratings influence the smart contracts and calculations moving forward. So strategically, they're a great partner. Number two, I feel that it creates a safer environment for those to trade within, with that additional information that the Xerberus feeds provide us. So that was a seamless integration for us. We are displaying the feeds directly, or the ratings and some additional meta directly with most of the tokens that are rated. And yeah, look, we feel that it just provides a safer, more informed environment for anybody swapping tokens via Tokeo. So it's a massive feature. To your second point with respect to security, look, there's so many different ways of dissecting and talking about security. But again, a lot of the resources that are working on Tokeo have been working in highly secure environments for a long, long time. So it becomes natural to us when we talk about security. There's an adage where security doesn't exist in any particular area, but it's more of a mentality on how the application is built up, how the organization is built up. Most security breaches end up occurring through social engineering or techniques or phishing techniques or leakages within the organization. And that leads into the two buckets of security that we like to talk about internally to Tokeo. The first being people and processes, which is making sure that anybody with access to sensitive information, passwords, server details, that we're handling our code control and our code migration in a precise and particular way that is auditable and obviously secure. And to that end, within Tokeo, we have undertook what's referred to as an ISO 27001 program of compliance and certification. But that is a standard, it's a global standard for security and information processing. So that's step number one, is ensuring that our organization and our people are operating in a secure way. And that's going to be an ongoing process. It takes a little bit of time to actually get the certification, but we can call out that we're actually ISO 27001 compliant, which is step number one, and we'll move through whatever means necessary to gain that certification over time, which will help us with the audience. The second point to security is all around code security and making sure that we're handling effectively your wallet keys in the best manner possible, and not doing anything nefarious with those as well. So Tokeo is a self-custodial wallet. So we don't actually transmit any sensitive data off the mobile phone. It's actually a very, very private app. Nobody from Tokeo has access to anything with respect to your wallet and your keys, and we're not persisting any information related to you as an individual. So it's a highly secure environment. I guess as an organization, the vectors of attack are low, but we're also doing everything we can around that to achieve that. And on top of the code security, we'll end up open sourcing components of our application. And when I say components, I pretty much mean the entire front end. So the mobile applications for iOS and Android will be open or code available. And that's to assist or to allow the community to help us in that code security aspect of our auditing.
Those are really great responses. And in terms of, open sourcing, I know it can always be such a tricky thing, especially with wallets, right? Because again, you're aiming to build a wallet that's providing features that haven't been implemented anywhere else. And you want to be transparent about that, but you also don't want to give away your secret sauce. So it sounds like you guys are well in the works. You guys have already thought about that. And as you mentioned, you guys are ISO compliant with additional security updates coming out very soon. Now, you also talked about the fact that everything is done on the user's phone. I met with Paul Pewey from the Edge wallet, which had recently added support for Cardano, and he gave me a full lesson about client-side interactions versus server-side interactions. So it sounds like here a lot of the security stuff, or a lot of the secure information, is always kept client-side and never actually sent back over to the server side, where things could be processed and visible potentially by the Tokeo team. So again, I appreciate that reassurance. In addition, you guys have also announced a brand new on-ramp and off-ramp. So I want to dive into this a little bit further. And could you guys maybe talk a little bit about how you guys see something like this, making this a one-stop shop platform moving forward? Because again, for me, whenever I'm going to on-ramp, I've got to go through Coinbase and I've got to go through KYC. There's like a 7-8 day hold period where I can't move my funds off of Coinbase. And it's not until everything is settled, then I can actually send that to my self-custody or my non-custodial wallet, right? So could you guys maybe sort of give us a comparison of how that would differ here, and then who you guys have chosen to partner up with? Because I believe it's Coinbase Pay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, 100%. Farid, look, we're sort of a long way into the development on Cardano, and just as a mental exercise, I like to bring back to when I was first introduced into crypto in general, right? And the first thing that happens is you go and buy 10 or 12 different coins on a centralized exchange, and then you start delving into the community, and you're asked to get your coins off an exchange, right? Not your keys, not your wallet. Then you're on the hunt for the multiple wallets for all of the 10 or 12 different coins that you bought. So number one, we are going to be a cross-chain wallet. So we're starting with Cardano, but very quickly move into the other UTXO-based chains and also EVM. So we definitely want this to be a central place for anybody coming into crypto in general. Number two, yes, we don't want you bouncing around the 100 different applications or processes and techniques that you need to do to actually fund or top up a wallet to interact with the ecosystem. Coinbase has made leaps and bounds with respect to, I guess, how they're almost their philosophy, right? They've been, talked about as being this evil centralized exchange for so long, but if you look at their back end and what they're doing from an integration point of view, they really want to open up this custodial, non-custodial approach. So they're supporting wallets specifically like us, with the Coinbase Pay as a starting point, as an integration to OneRamp. But we've also MVP'd a couple of other features that will allow you to, very natively integrate with any coins that you might hold on the centralized exchange and your wallet. almost so that you wouldn't really know the difference. And that's what we want, is to provide a single view across not only Tokeo Wallet, but also anywhere else that you might be storing your value, and allow you to easily interact with that. So Coinbase is our step one. But look, we'll move on to other exchanges as we see fit and as our community demands.
Yeah. So from a practical point of view, there, we really wanted to provide convenience whilst trading. So if you're in app and you're running short on ADA for a trade, you can actually top up directly from the wallet. So from a single click, you can on ramp directly from your account, which is already connected with Coinbase. And I love this one. In terms of off ramping, you have the ability to, in a single click, the current process for off ramping into a bank account would be, going from a wallet like Tokeo, sending that over to sending the ADA, or first of all selling a native coin, then and switching that to ADA, then sending the ADA over to Coinbase, then selling the ADA to Fiat, then Fiat into bank account. We're really trying to create a process where, and are very close to launching a process where in a single click, you can go from a native token all the way through to your bank account, which is a pretty unique feature.
Yeah, I mean, that opens up so many possibilities. I know for me, again, a lot of times it's the hassle that sort of keeps me from going back and forth. But if I've got the flexibility and I know it's a simple process, I'm more likely to go ahead and actually follow through with that. All right, so we've talked a little bit about the features, what makes this a little bit different. And we've talked a little bit about, your guys' background. There's also an ongoing ISPO. So I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. There's the token. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's TOKE. But could you guys maybe break down, why the ISPO, where does the token play, and then sort of what utility or function does it have?
Yeah, sure. We're a fully tokenized business. I really respect the way in which businesses are constructed under token as well, meaning that you have a very clear pathway in terms of private sale investment, which we have just completed, also into an ISPO. Now, we want as many people in the community to be a part of Tokyo as possible. In that, we have a portion of our tokenomics, being 10 million tokens, is available via ISPO. We've had some great initial support. I looked this morning, I think we're at 2.78 million invested in the last week, which has been well supported at this point. But that leads all the way at 2.791. There you go. That leads all the way up to our TGE, or public sale, which will occur in the middle of November this year. So leading up to that, we encourage people to take part of the ISPO, and become a token holder. And if you believe in the philosophy of what Tokyo is doing, and you want to be part of the journey, we'd encourage people to invest. As far as the token utility itself, just by using Tokyo, you will be able to. So important dates around the ISPO, sure. So we started on the 24th of May. So epoch 487. It's a short ISPO, being 34 epochs, which ends on the 15th of November. As I was saying, we want to encourage as many people in the community to be part of Tokyo as well. Not only does it help as an ongoing funding mechanism as we venture cross-chain, but it also gives people the opportunity to be part of Tokyo and be part of the TGE, which occurs in November. As far as token utility is concerned, we see the token as being the backbone of our product and ecosystem. For us, you can generate tokens simply or the utility of the token. If you hold levels of token, you will be able to reduce your trading fees. So the more you trade, the more you benefit. You'll also have access to exclusive areas of Tokyo as well. So as the app continues to develop, we will have some pro features which will be made available by holding certain levels of tokens. So it's really just about fostering sort of community involvement and allowing people to be part of the project.
Thank you. I think one thing that we did not touch on are the ISPO bonus rewards. You mind quickly giving us an update on those?
Sure. So you'll see we've got our so starting with Tunin all the way up to Kaj, which are actually different ninjas fitting with the ninja ethos of Tokyo. But should you look, we're really encouraging people to be part of Tokyo long term. So should you be in Tokyo for 30 of the epochs, you'll get a 5% boost. If you stay for 32 of the epochs, there's a 10% boost. And there is 20% obviously for staying for the entire ISPO, and some people have supported us right from the start. Also, there's an additional bonus of 50% for delegators who stake over 200,000 ADA. Now, understanding this is not available for everyone, but certainly for those whales out there who want to get behind Tokyo and make an investment of over 200,000 ADA, we will provide an additional 50% boost. So really trying to encourage people, one, to get in early, but also to, really support the project and prepared to, to give them the boost as required.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's kind of keep the conversation rolling here as we near the 30-minute mark. One thing we haven't talked about is the roadmap. So it's a double question here again. Either one of you feel free to jump in, but where do you guys stand on the roadmap? How much is left? But then also, when does this actually go out to the public, and when can everybody get access to this particular wallet?
All right. A broad question. Roadmap, we touched on it earlier. So definitely in the short term, we'll be going cross-chain. So there's already work begun on the BTC aspect of our wallet. We also feel that there's a lot to be done with respect to wallets on Cardano itself. So I'll answer your question a few different ways. In terms of going live, we're in the process now of getting our approval via Apple. So once that's approved, that's our only risk item at this point, or unknown. I'd say less of a risk item, more of an unknown. Once that's in place, we're 5 to 10 days out from going live. So our mainnet, our release globally is imminent for Tokyo. But directly after that, we'll stream onto finalizing our Android build, going cross-chain, and also some innovation on the Cardano side. And I'll tip off to that is that we're working on a way that will avoid the use of web extensions as wallets. We certainly don't like them. They're not necessary. For our opinion is that they present a security risk. We want to see everything occurring on mobile, and we have MVP'd a couple of processes which will allow a seamless experience connecting on your computer to Dapps using your mobile to log in and authenticate and sign transactions. So there are a couple of short-term alphas, but Guido, if there's anything else that you wanted to add in terms of longer.
I just think certainly a big focus for us has always been cross-chain. The reason for that is really clear. We all know and love Cardano, but it is a siloed experience here. So, in part, and we really see the need to try to drive liquidity within our ecosystem, having interoperability between, certainly the UTXO-based chains. There's some really exciting things happening, as we start to see development on BTC. So we would certainly like to tap into those communities. There's a bunch of layer 2s on Bitcoin as well, which are being developed at the moment too. So us providing the ability to have a global portfolio view, for example, and for allow you to seamlessly swap tokens, trade tokens on both Bitcoin and on Cardano, we feel has real advantages in terms of assisting the Cardano ecosystem to drive further liquidity.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty plain and clear, at least to me. Cardano has a market cap of, I think, around $22 billion. With Bitcoin, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $1.3 trillion, So if you take a look at that, there is a lot of opportunity there. So I'm excited to see that. And for me personally, there's been a few other cross-chain wallets that I've loved using where I create one set of seed phrase or seed words, and depending on whatever ecosystem I'm in, I'm able to connect that one wallet and still get services all over without having to swap between different wallets for different chains, right? So I think from a feasibility and just an ease of use standpoint, that also makes a lot of sense. Now, Magic Flow mentioned something interesting, and then I want to go ahead and sort of land the plane here. You highlighted the fact that you aren't a fan of extensions. We've actually seen a couple of wallets within Cardano recently announce that they're going from mobile to a web-based version. In the future, could we expect to see a version of Tokeo that is on something else other than mobile?
Perhaps. With respect to extensions, the answer is I will be guided by our community and users. But right now, that is the opinion. Think back to we're a technical community. Most people using computers still refer to as the internet as Google, right? Most people don't know what a web extension is. When we started working within the ecosystem, there were a couple of developers that we brought in. They were very technical themselves as well, but literally the biggest object to crypto was, what is this web extension? Where the hell is my wallet? So it is a confusing thing. With respect to channels and where we'll head, look, if our community desires that web extension, we'll build it. It's not a big deal. The way we've architected and built our applications is a lot of the logic is in places that can be reused, which will speed up our development. So we'll very quickly roll out the various channels. One thing that is available to us by way of going native, so when we release on Apple and when we release on Android, we're not using frameworks, we're using the native Swift kit or the native Android based kit. Now, Apple's had some great advantages, and this only happened around 6 months ago with their latest release, but apps now are universal. So very soon after go live, we'll release our desktop app for all Macs. So we aren't purely mobile, but we'll look at various channels. And I still come back to the point, although, web extensions do their job and they are secure to a degree, we feel that going the more native or app approach, being it on mobile or being it on the desktop, offers a better level of security. One thing I didn't touch upon earlier is that we do store or utilize with Apple specifically what's called the Apple keychain. So not only is that software encrypted, but they also rely upon hardware encryption of your device to protect your keys. So it's a highly secure environment. And look, we'll start with our secure dApps first, and as the community grows and we receive that feedback, we'll adjust accordingly. But right now, in the short term, it is mobile and desktop only. And the browsers are still an open question, or the browser extension.
Thank you for that. Next one is a pretty brief one. For anybody who wants to join the community, and you guys recently opened up your Discord and Telegram, you guys mind giving us a heads up as to how they can actually get access to you guys and the rest of the Tokyo community?
Yeah, sure. So look, you can find us on Discord. I'm sure Fred, we can get you the links and you can drop them into the coverage here. Our Discord is actually really vibrant. We've got an active community in there already pre-launch, which is really exciting. Also, Telegram is, has been such a revolution, and we've also got a standard Tokyo page in there. On those pages, particularly in Discord too, you've got the ability, if something does occur with the app, that you can raise a ticket. It helps our technical team get to things really quickly. But we've got a team and a moderator sitting in there, which can handle any inquiries. So yeah, we'd encourage people to jump into the Discord and join the community.
Perfect, and thank you. At this point, last thoughts or closing comments. So either one of you want to go first.
I'll jump in. I'm always stuck, but I just want to. We end up talking a lot about the product on these interviews, but look, a shout out to our amazing team. Right, we're a global team of close to 10 now. Look, don't quote me, but I think there's around 6 or 7 unique countries in that. So that's one of the most fascinating parts about building on Cardano, is that you do end up very globalized. So I just wanted to, shout out to the guys, the great developers, the great marketers and community managers within Tokyo at the moment. So thank you to them, and I'm sure the community will get to know them as well.
For sure. And just echoing Magic, great shout out to the team. It's taken us some time to to really get the right people, but we really feel like we've got the right people to push the product forward and to make real advancements. And we're so excited to help make the Cardano community more accessible. And we're all really about sort of driving mass adoption, which helps out all projects. So look out for Tokeo. If you see it, give us a use and download the wallet.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Magic Flow and Guido representing the Tokeo wallet, brand new cross-chain wallet dropping on Cardano with upcoming Bitcoin support. Again, I appreciate the both of you guys here. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to actually get my hands on this early. For my community here, be on the lookout. There will be a fully dedicated video coming out breaking down how this wallet actually looks, how it feels before the official mainnet release. As Guido mentioned earlier, links to everything that we've discussed so far will be left down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, I would really appreciate you if you could smash that thumbs up. If it's your first time stopping by Dapp Central and you want more content like this, highlighting all the builders here in Cardano, consider subscribing. If you have any questions for Guido or Magic Flow, please go ahead and use that comment box down below. And that said, and as always, we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers, everybody.